Hey guys, thanks a lot for joining me. My name is Rinesh and you're watching Self-Worth Journey. Well, it's been a true experience creating these videos, creating the series especially. One, because it helps me understand, it helps me realize, and it gives me a bit more insight on this topic, ask for help. But today, we're going to talk about the person on the other side, the one who is offering help, the one who is giving it out there. Like I mentioned in a couple of my videos, we all love to help. But the motive behind giving or offering help, why do we give someone help? Well, there could be good ones, but there could be bad ones too. So let's figure out why you and me help someone out there throughout this video. Right, before giving help, take a step back, reflect on these questions. Why am I giving someone help? Right? And if you're that one person who goes outside and gives a person help selflessly, then by all means go ahead. But if you're that person who gives help just to say, hey, you know what? I'm better than you. Let me show how I do things. Then, well, you gotta reconsider giving help to that person because you can hurt that person in the process. Alright, that's tip number one. Tip number two, do a quick research on the person who is asking you for help. What I mean by that? Well, you need to do this quick check. How much knowledge does this person have by asking few questions so you can gauge the person's understanding on the topic. A lot of people come up to me and ask me for help regarding photography. Well, I'm a photographer, so I get a lot of these questions. And some of these quick checks or quick questions that I ask the person is, can you show me some of the recent photos that you have taken? Or if you're in such a situation, what are the settings that you use? So it helps me, okay, hey, this is where I need to start helping the person. So you do the math on which question, what type of questions you need to ask this person. So you have a bit of understanding, hey, alright, this is where I need to start, right? Tip number three, let the person decide whether he or she needs that help, right? Sometimes it comes to that point where we need to force our ideas, where we need to make sure, where we need to see that the person is taking our help, right? We call the person to see what happened, did they follow through the action plan and things like that. Don't do that. Let the person decide, but make sure you tell the person, hey, whenever you need help, I'm always there. A lot of us, we get annoyed when someone comes up and asks for help but don't do what we actually told them to do. So don't be in that place, don't be in that spot. Make sure you give them the freedom to take or not take your help. Alright, tip number four, which is pretty important when you are giving someone help. And I'm bad at this. I at times don't listen. And that's tip number four, right? We gotta listen if we need to help someone out there. How I realized I don't listen? Some of us don't listen, some of us are selective listeners. We listen to few sentences and base or assume this is what the person need help with, right? So that can mislead, that can be even a waste of time because you're not giving him the right information and it can go haywire. So listening is a key factor when you want to help someone out there, right? Like I mentioned, a lot of people come and ask me help regarding photography, and my first assumption regarding a person who needs help with photography is understanding light. And it came to a point where someone already knew about light, but I was anyways going ahead and explaining the whole how to use light to their benefit when being a photographer, right? I started talking about aperture, ISO, shutter speed. Well, this guy said, hey, I know all of this. Then I asked him, hey, what actually do you need help with? And this guy said, hey, you know what? I need to pick up a lens. I need to know which lens I need to pick, which brand, which is the one which falls into my budget. And I'm like, oh man, I just wasted 5 to 10 minutes just explaining the whole light thing to him. So go ahead and listen to the person who is asking you for help, because it is important. It saves time, it saves energy, and you're giving that person the right information. Alright, tip number 5, guys, which is an important one too, that is putting yourself in the person's shoes, or in other words, understanding the big picture. If the person who is asking help from you isn't your friend or a person who's working with you, you wouldn't know the big picture. So it's good to ask questions, it's good to listen, so you get a clear understanding of where this person needs help with and with what. Right? Otherwise, we're just going to throw commands, we're just going to throw things that the person might get annoyed or is just waiting to run from this place where you guys are doing this conversation at, right? So again, like I mentioned, you gotta understand, you gotta listen, which will make you a person who gives better help. These are 5 tips if you're the person who is giving help. If you like these videos coming your way, you know the drill. Go ahead and subscribe, like, and share these videos. And if you have any topics that you want to discuss regarding Ask for Help, do mention that in the comments below. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day.